9 News, WAOW. Here's what's happening right now.
This morning on Wake Up Wisconsin, a solemn event in Taylor County last night as the community remembers two of their own, Josh and Becky Mann, who were murdered 1 week ago. We'll show you how people stepped up to honor them.
And temperatures are warming up. I'll let you know how warm it'll get today coming up.
Plus, an area organization is looking to honor their namesake with a new event, how you can help the Simi Foundation continue their mission of helping our veterans. And if you're a fan of the music of Dolly Parton, we've got just the show for you. See how you can check out 9 to 5, the musical.
We've got you covered. This is Wake Up Wisconsin.
Good morning and welcome to Wake Up Wisconsin on this Thursday morning. I'm Brad Miller.
And I'm Justin Lowe, and things are starting to grow out there a little bit.
It's a little bit. Slowly but surely.
Getting a little bit greener out there. And that trend will continue today because it'll be warming up. Take a look here this morning. Not as cold as yesterday. You might remember we were down what was it, 19 in Phillips yesterday morning. Most areas in the 20s, but this morning it's in the 30s. Wittenberg, one spot where it might be a little bit frosty there, and same thing in Keshena, temperature down to 30 degrees. But most areas above freezing to start the day, and it's pretty clear out there. What do we see here with our Century Camera view in Stevens Point? Dry scene there downtown on Division Street, and with our Jefferson Street Inn and Event Center camera, looking a little more spring out there. The 400 block, maybe it's starting to look a little bit more green, but certainly with some rain on the way later today and some milder temperatures, we'll really start to see things green up here over the next few days. This morning, a little cool, but it will be quiet, and we will see some sunshine out there during the morning hours. Now, for your afternoon commute, rain could start to begin in the western part of the area by 4 p.m., but definitely by 6 p.m., a little higher chance for that rain, so we'll put up a yellow light for your afternoon commute later on toward the evening hours. And after dark tonight, maybe some thunderstorms. I'll let you know if any of those will be strong coming up in a bit.
All right, thank you, Justin. Well, it's now been 1 week since Josh and Becky Mann were killed in Taylor County. And last night, their community came together to honor them. Cooper Wild was at last night's candlelight vigil. He joins us now with the details.
I'm here at Medford City Park, where the community is showing how much they care for each other by holding a candlelight vigil for Josh and Becky Mann, who were murdered just last week. Family, friends, neighbors all gathered to pay their respects to the family who lost loved ones. Every fire department in Taylor County were also in attendance to pay homage to Josh, a fellow firefighter.
Been reached out by many fire departments, and even here tonight it's just incredible to see every department from the county here representing, to see the support and to really show not only for us but for the Mann family how just incredible this is.
Being there for one another is one of the most impactful things that a community can do. It's one of the reasons why people tonight say that they want to live in these places. It's all about the unity through tough times.
Anytime something like this happens, and fortunately for us it doesn't happen that often or at all, and so to see that what has been done with the community and coming together and pulling together, there's a reason why I live here and why I'm raising my kids here, and proud to be a community member here.
Community leaders, law enforcement, and pastors gave speeches to tell stories about how important Josh and Becky were to the community, inspiring everyone there to be like them and do all you can to help others.
You know, there's so many connections in the whole Taylor County, because Josh was from Rib Lake originally, you know, and everybody kind of knows everybody in a way in the whole county, and there's a lot of friends all over that. Just so good to get together to show our support for the family at this time.
This event just goes to show the power that local communities hold during difficult times. In Medford, I'm Cooper Wild.
All right, thank you, Cooper. Meanwhile, a candlelight vigil was also held in Wisconsin Dells by the family of a missing boater who authorities are still searching for. Wisconsin Dells police provided an update on missing boater Francesco Di Filippo. On Wednesday, crews searched roughly 17.5 miles south all the way down to the I-39 bridge in Portage, but they still haven't found Francesco. Officials say that water levels are going down and temperatures are going up, and that improvement in conditions is allowing search crews to access parts of the river that were previously underwater. And new this morning, a Portage County man is dead after a traffic accident yesterday. Now, according to the Portage County Sheriff's Office, a man was traveling on Highway W in the town of Almond when the car crossed the center line, entered the ditch, and struck a tree. The driver, a 77-year-old man from Almond, was the only person in the vehicle. He did die at the scene, and that crash does remain under investigation. Now to the latest from Washington and the controversy surrounding the deportation of an El Salvador man accused of being a member of the MS-13 gang. The Justice Department now saying that it will appeal the order from a federal judge requiring that the U.S. facilitate Kilmar Abrego Garcia's return, despite the administration admitting that he was wrongfully sent to El Salvador, as a 2019 court order barred him from being deported to his home country due to fear of persecution. Maryland Senator Chris Van Hollen went to El Salvador to push for Garcia's return, drawing criticism from the White House.
It's appalling and sad that Senator Van Hollen and the Democrats applauding his trip to El Salvador today are incapable of having any shred of common sense or empathy for their own constituents and our citizens.
And Garcia was living in Maryland after entering the country illegally over 10 years ago. The White House insists that he will never live in the United States again. Well, April is Cancer Prevention and Early Detection Month. It's an annual reminder of the importance of early cancer screenings. Austin Schindler spoke with a medical expert yesterday to find out how you can minimize your risk and stay on top of screenings.
This month is all about understanding the steps we can take to lower the risks of cancer. Adopting a healthy lifestyle with routine screenings can make all the difference. Now that includes a balanced diet, staying physically active, avoiding tobacco, and limiting alcohol can all contribute to lowering your risk. That all starts with communication with your doctor, letting them know if you have a family history of cancer so they can take that data and potentially get you in for earlier screenings.
We want people to understand what cancer is and how they can lower their risk from actually getting cancer by looking at their lifestyle, healthy choices, going in for screenings, having their screenings done, and talking with their doctor, especially if there's a family history of cancer.
Combining lifestyle choices with regular screenings can also increase the chances of detecting cancer early and starting treatment when it's most effective in the cancer's early stages. Being honest with your doctor can make all the difference when your health is on the line. In studio, Austin Schindler.
All right, thank you, Austin. Meanwhile, Kelly's Pub and Grill in Custer is putting on a special event to honor a fallen loved one. They're hosting a 5K on May 3rd, benefiting the Simi Foundation. Jason Simkowski was a former veteran who struggled with opioid addiction and ultimately lost his life. Now, the Simi Foundation is doing what it can to get veterans through tough times. They hope that this 5K can shine more light on a dark subject.
They've now do things more local. Say somebody needs help with their rent, they will help veterans with that, with a well, just other things.
And the 5K will include prizes, a band, and other activities. Since it's on Kentucky Derby Day, they'll also have a Best Derby Hat contest. Registration is open now. If you do so by Monday, you'll receive a free t-shirt. We do have a link to register up on our website. Meanwhile, the Ice Age Trail Alliance just announced a Central Wisconsin native as their Trail Steward of the Year. Jerry Krause is the recipient of this year's award. It was announced at a conference last weekend. Krause lives in Weston and spent more than 800 volunteer hours on the trail this past year, including more than 600 doing trail maintenance. He led multiple Eagle Scout projects and worked closely with 2 Wisconsin conservation crews over the past year. He's also an Ice Age Trail 1,000-miler. That means he completed the entire trail by hiking it back in 2016. And with fishing season right around the corner, the DNR is launching a new tool to help anglers across the state. It's called the Wisconsin Fishing Finder. They say it's a comprehensive online fishing resource for anglers. It includes all kinds of information, including fishing regulations, boat launch and shore fishing locations, and much more. The tool is live now, and it can be accessed from any internet browser. You can also find the link up on our website. Well, happening today, the Wausau Chamber's annual Business Expo is just about underway. Hundreds of businesses will be on display today at the Central Wisconsin Convention and Expo Center in Rothschild. Yesterday, many of those businesses were busy setting up their booths, getting ready for thousands of people to come visit. Doors open today at noon. Admission is free with a business card or $20 without one. Now, 9 News is a proud sponsor. We'll also be live streaming the Small Business of the Year Awards on our Facebook page this morning at 10 o'clock. And if you're looking for something else to do this weekend, you can't go wrong with some Dolly Parton. No, she's not going to be in Wausau, but a show with her music and lyrics will be. We're talking about 9 to 5, the musical. It's based on the movie from the early 80s and features plenty of music by Dolly, as well as a fun story of friendship and revenge. The stars of the show are all having a blast bringing it to life.
It's been so fun getting to work with these ladies and the rest of the cast and just getting to explore these characters. And I play the Doralee, who is sort of loosely based on Dolly Parton, and it's really fun to watch her grapple with things that Dolly has dealt with her whole life, of being judged on how she looks and like not being taken seriously as a woman in the workplace.
But of course, there's also plenty to laugh about.
Come see the show if you want to have a good giggle.
If you need a girls' night out, there's never been a better show. This is the best excuse for a girls' night out ever, because it really is all about female empowerment.
But that's not the only theme of the show. There's something in it that almost everybody can relate to.
If you've ever had a bad experience with your boss, this will be healing.
And you might even learn a little something about Dolly.
9 to 5, she kind of created that with her nails when she was, and they all wanted to hear more of 9 to 5. She'd play it on her nails, and that's how they created that song.
And of course, you can always become part of the show yourself.
It's a blast. Come along if you want to have a group sing along to 9 to 5.
And the show is happening at the UWSP Wausau campus, 7 o'clock tonight, tomorrow, and Saturday night. Tickets are still available, $20 a piece, $15 for kids and seniors. We've got a link to buy those up on our website, WAOW.com. Time right now, 5:11. Ahead on Wake Up Wisconsin, the Federal Trade Commission released new data on how much money Americans lost to tech scams. We've got you covered on what the agency found.
In today's Tech Bites, Americans will soon be paying more for items from Chinese online retailers Temu and Shein. Both companies have announced plans to raise prices next week after President Trump moved to close a loophole and increase tariffs on low-cost imports. Google is rolling out its latest Android operating system today, its third release in a row. The Android 16 Beta 4 comes with a new set of features and upgrades promising to change the Android experience. Testing has now expanded to include various Android devices. Finally, a touch of sci-fi in Cuba. A robot is now the star of the show at a restaurant in Havana. The robot carries food to the tables and even thanks customers for visiting. The restaurant has become more tech-friendly since opening 7 years ago. It also has digital menus and customers order through Alexa assistants. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Rhiannon Alley. Have a great day.
Yeah, one more, Antoine.
With USPS Ground Advantage, it's like you're with us every step of the way.
Right on time.
Stay in the know from your dock to their door.
Did you know taking Zysol at night relieves allergies while you sleep? So you wake refreshed for a more productive day. Get 24-hour continuous relief that does not fade. Be wise all, take Zysol at night.
High heat, wet hair, aka the straightener sizzle. OGX weightless repair mist for non-stop damage protection. OGX.
Good morning to our friends in Madison, La Crosse, Eau Claire, and Wausau. Happy Thursday to you. Thanks for staying with us. I'm Dana Fulton. New this morning, Americans lost $470 million to text message scams last year. That's according to new data from the Federal Trade Commission. The most commonly reported scams involved fake package delivery, bogus job opportunities, and wrong number scams. Fake fraud alerts were also sent, warning people about suspicious purchases, issues with their bank, or links to pay fake unpaid tolls. The FTC says people should forward these messages to 7726 or SPAM, S-P-A-M, to report them. The agency encourages people to never click on links or respond to unexpected texts. Tens of thousands of employees had one less meeting on Wednesday thanks to a Zoom outage. A tracking website showed at its height more than 60,000 users reported connection problems. The company acknowledged the outage on social media and about 2 hours later reported that full service has been restored. It did not provide a cause for the interruption. New this morning, social media platform TikTok is testing a new feature called Footnotes in the U.S. According to a company blog post, Footnotes aims to add more context to posts that may be misleading or inaccurate. The additional notes will be crowdsourced from the app's user base. Footnotes will only appear if they've been rated helpful by the company's algorithm. The new feature will not replace TikTok's fact-checking program.
Now, your 9 Storm Track weather forecast.
Well, Easter's coming up this weekend, and I know a lot of you might be planning on going to a community egg hunt, or your family has an egg hunt Easter morning, around mid-morning. It's going to be a little cool. Temperatures in the upper 30s, but partly sunny skies. So the first part of Easter is looking pretty good, though late in the day, we might start to see some rainfall. Here we see this morning, it is dry and it isn't too bad. 36 in Phillips, 39 in Stevens Point, or I should say 38 in Phillips, 37 in Marshfield. And those temperatures will only go up today because we're going to start out with some sunshine. Take a look at this. Our Plover camera view looking off to the east is already getting light out. And we take a look at our western camera view, same situation. No clouds in the sky, but the clouds will increase through the afternoon hours. But with the sun this morning and a gusty southeast wind, the temperature will be warmer than yesterday, up to 63. So it'll be a pretty nice start to the day. It's going to feel like spring till the rain moves on in later. Sunrise this morning coming at 6:10, so less than an hour away. And as we head into tonight, around sunset or a little later, we do have the potential for a couple of stronger storms, mainly south and west of Marathon County. I think it's going to be more toward Wood County, Juneau, and Adams counties, and that we have a couple of stronger storms that might produce some hail. maybe some brief gusty wind. Not the highest threat in the world, but something to keep an eye on as you head through the evening hours tonight. Through the day today, the clouds are going to slowly increase. You can see by later this afternoon some rain starting to develop out to the west and starting to move on in. And then after dark, some showers and thunderstorms, especially around 10, 11 o'clock tonight. And the southern part of the area seeing some of those stronger storms move on through. Now tomorrow, mainly cloudy skies and a little patchy light rain, a little bit of drizzle here and there. It's going to be mostly a gloomy day until maybe late in the afternoon. We could see the clouds break up a little bit. And then into Saturday, we should see a fair amount of sunshine through much of the day. The next storm system's coming up way from the south, and that's going to arrive later in the day on Sunday, like I mentioned earlier. For today, 63, a nice mild day. The rain holding off until later in the afternoon, and southeast wind a little gusty at 10 to 20 miles per hour tonight. Some thunderstorms rumbling on through, and there's a small risk for a couple of stronger storms down to 49. We'll track that and let you know about any warnings that do pop up. 59 tomorrow, and definitely a damp start to the day. Now late in the day, maybe a few peaks of sun, but a gloomy day. It's still mild though, a high of 59. A little bit cooler on Saturday. Yes, we will have a good amount of sun, but a high of only 53, and then it looks a little cooler yet on Sunday, 51 for Easter. Like I mentioned, much of the day okay, but toward the evening hours we could start to see some rain, and some of that rain might even mix with a little bit of snow Monday morning. Yeah, it's going to be a cool day on Monday with a high of only 50. Chance of showers or an isolated storm on Tuesday, and turning a little bit milder for the middle of next week, and that trend with highs more in the 60s should continue into the last week of April.